The question says in compound, the geometry around sulfur, nitrogen and number of resonating structure are respectively. Okay. So first of all we have to find out the geometry for sulfur as well as nitrogen and then determine resonating structure, possible number of resonating structure. So we can draw the structure. Okay. We have sulfur is the central element and it can form how many bond? 6 bond, because it has 6 valence electron. One oxygen attached here, another oxygen is attached here. Now you can see two NH2 are attached to carbon, and carbon can form how many bond? 4 bond. So one NH2 is attached over here and another NH2 is attached over here. This is the structure we have. Okay. And valency of each element is satisfied. Oxygen is forming 2 bond, sulfur forming 6 bond, carbon is forming 4 bond. Okay, this is the structure we have. Okay. Now for the sulfur we have to determine geometry. So always keep in mind, by determining the number of sigma bond, from there we can determine hybridization and from there we can find out the geometry. So calculate the number of sigma bond. This is sigma bond, pi bond, sigma bond, pi bond. This is sigma bond and pi bond. The total number of sigma bond, how many are there? 3 sigma bond are there. Then hybridization will be sp2, and sp2 hybridization is there. Then geometry will be trigonal planars. Okay, sp2 hybridization, then geometry is trigonal planars. Okay, then next it says nitrogen is there. Nitrogen. In case of nitrogen, you can see nitrogen is atom is present, is attached to carbon. We have one hydrogen and we have one hydrogen, but nitrogen carry one lone pair also. Okay, lone pair is there. Determine the number of sigma bond. In this case, 1 sigma bond, second sigma bond and third sigma bond. 3 sigma bond are there, but one lone pair is also there. And always keep in mind, to determine geometry we consider one lone pair is equal to 1 sigma bond, one lone pair. So total number of sigma bond we got 4 sigma bond, and it will form sp3 hybridization. sp3 hybridization. In this case we get geometry is what? We have tetrahedral, but now we need to place the lone pair. I put the lone pair anywhere because bond angle is same, okay, in between these axes. So now if you connect, this is what we have, this line. So you can see the place we put lone pair, we hide it. Okay, the place where we put the lone pair, we hide it, and remaining geometry now looking like pyramidal shape. You can see it is coming as a pyramidal shape. This is what we have, pyramidal shape is there. Pyramidal shape is coming. Okay, so because of the lone pair, you can see its geometry will change from tetrahedral due to the repulsion. From tetrahedral it will distort and convert into pyramidal shape. So nitrogen is having pyramidal shape. From pyramidal geometry we can say, pyramidal geometry is there. Okay, sulfur case there is no any lone pairs, so we have as normal trigonal planars. Okay, now we talk about resonating structure. So in case of resonating structure, you can see sulfur is attached to how many group? You can see it is one oxygen, second oxygen, and here we have this entire group is attached here. Okay, this we can take it as a one group. So total number of atoms 1, 2, 3 attached to the sulfur, then we can say 3. Since 3 atoms are attached to sulfur, we can say 3 resonating structure will be there. Okay. In case of carbon also, you can see carbon one group, second group and third group is attached here. So total number of group attached to the carbon 3, then resonating structure we can say 3 will be there. For example, let's see if I mention sulfate, and this is the structure we have O minus. This is what O minus is there. In this case, you can see to the sulfur how many oxygen atoms are attached? 4. Then we can say for this polyatomic and for this sulfate and total number of resonating structure will be 4. Okay, that is how we can determine. Easy way to determine. Okay, so total number of total number of resonating structure for this compound we got 3. So sulfur is what? Trigonal planar, and nitrogen is trigonal pyramidal shape is there, and number of resonating structure is 3. Then we can say option A is correct. Very interesting question. If you like this video, please share and subscribe to the channel.